time for another Church Key pilgrimage where we go out and visit our friends in the craft beer industry. But this time it's a little different. We're going to go right across the country and visit breweries in every province for our Canada 150 Cross Canada collaboration. Our first stop, L'Espace Public, Montreal, Quebec. We arrived just before dawn.
Oh, hey, John.
Simon, how are you, man?
How you doing, brother?
Excellent. I brought you a little gift.
All right, on. Welcome. Bienvenue à l'Espace Public.
Yeah, can you show me around?
Yeah, let's go.
Awesome. Tell me a little bit about your place here.
We're a brew pub in Hochelaga Maisonneuve in the east end of Montreal. I know my wife likes to say we're in the shadows of the Olympic Stadium. We've been here for 5 years, and basically we like to say ton deuxième salon, which means your second living room. It's a pub, it's comfortable, everybody's welcome. We're really looking for that like English pub thing, but in modern, urban French Canada. A year ago, we launched on the market with our cans and bottles of beer, where we're specializing solely in sour beer. We always want to have this emphasis, like I'm saying, of it's for everybody, it's democratic, and fun.
Canada's 150th birthday this year. Church Key's birthday's in July. We're only 17 years old. 17 is 11.3% of 150. Tough math, but we want to brew an 11.3% alcohol beer, and we want to gather an ingredient from every province.
An appropriate ingredient for Quebec, it's deep in the culture, is maple syrup. It's an ingredient that is often brewed with. I don't know if you probably brewed with it before as well. And it can give some interesting results, interesting flavor profile.
Add that je ne sais quoi, as they say.
Je ne sais quoi.
Yeah. What's the craft beer scene like here in Montreal now?
Montreal has always been hot. For brew pubs, I remember when I first came here. So preface this, I'm an Ontario boy, and I remember being very impressed when I first arrived about the brew pub culture. We kind of came in on maybe the third wave. There's also lots of great tap houses, so a vibrant scene.
Well, thank you very much for showing me around.
John, always a pleasure, man.
Yeah, we got to hit the road now. We're heading down east.
Heading out east?
Yeah.
Are you gonna make it to Charlottetown?
Yes, I am.
Oh, beautiful. Here, this is a gift for our buddies over at Upstreet Brewing.
Oh, awesome.
So if you want to pass by there, I know one of them's having a birthday soon.
I will make sure that he gets this for his birthday. Awesome.
Excellent.
Thank you very much. We'll see you.
Ciao, brother.
We pulled into Fredericton and met up with Caitlin Batman, longtime friend of Church Key and former employee, now a resident of New Brunswick and local radio personality. I was hoping she could use one of her many media connections to help us gain access to the Fredericton Craft Beer Festival. So I've been having an email conversation with one of the organizers of the Fredericton Festival to see if we could get in there to shoot, but I'm not sure. The emails have come back a little sketchy, so you might have to use your newfound Fredericton knowledge to help us get in.
I'll look after it.
Wait a second, guys. Are we going at a service entrance? I think we gotta go through the kitchen.
I didn't realize this was going to turn into a covert operation. After a night on the town in Fredericton and the aroma of donair sauce still in the air, we hit the road and head for Tatamagouche, Nova Scotia. Can you tell me a little bit about the brewery?
Tadenbush Brewing Company opened its doors in 2014, so it's almost been 3 years, coming up there now. It was opened by Hans Christian Joost and Karen, his wife, as well as his daughter Christiana and her partner Matt Kenny. Matt is the brewer here.
He does good work.
Very good. We're coming up on around 40 different brews so far. So we've won national awards, Canadian Brewing Awards, Atlantic Brewing Awards.
And last night you took home some gold at Fredericton at the Down East Brewing Awards. Obviously the logo, the name is for the town, but what's with Tadenbush and the two-headed cow?
In the early 1900s, there was a two-headed calf, I guess, that was brought to town. There's actually 2 of them at the museum now, kind of creepily stuffed. They kind of took that idea of the two-headed calf and turned it into the two-headed bull. So that's what we're known for.
So what we're doing is we're traveling around the country. We're going to one brewery in each province and collecting one ingredient and bring it back to Campbellford.
Well, you can get oyster shells here.
That's what we'll do.
The oysters are from the bay,
Yep.
between Malgash and Tadenbush. And it's more for a little slight brininess, but also some of the calcium in the shell.
Right.
So it's very Nova Scotian.
Sounds like from Tadenbush what we need is some oyster shells. So we're off to Bay Enterprise to go procure some. Thank you very much, Megan. All
Thanks
right.
for stopping in.
Procure is the right word, right? Across the Confederation Bridge over a sea of ice that could spell our frigid demise at any moment, we touched down on the red sandy shores of Prince Edward Island. The red sand beach with the snow on it looks like a seal hunt just happened or something. Darkness had fallen when we finally pulled into the parking lot of Upstreet Brewing in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, ready to pass along birthday wishes from Le Space Public and their gift to co-founder Hoagie. Hoagie, thanks very much for being pulled away from your birthday party here. Simon from Le Space Public wanted to send that along.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Heard it was your birthday, so.
Oh, thanks. Thanks so much.
Can you tell me about Upstreet?
Yeah, absolutely. We opened in June of 2015. 2 years ago, yesterday was when we officially announced that the brewery was opening on my birthday.
On your birthday, yeah.
So, I was a home brewer before this and been brewing like for several years in my backyard. Things got a little out of control. I ended up getting a keg fridge and I was making like 80-liter batches at one point. So a couple of friends, we'd have a lot of beers down in my basement, and we just got to talking about what it would take to actually open a brewery.
Saying like, give a man a beer, he'll waste an hour. Teach a man to brew, he'll waste a lifetime.
Absolutely.
We're traveling around. We're doing our Church Key pilgrimage, we call it.
Yeah.
And we're visiting one brewery in each province. So we wanted to come to Upstreet here, and I'm looking for ingredients.
Huh.
You know, what is PEI? What could you put in a beer that really says PEI?
I could go and maybe find a lock of like Anna Green Gables hair or something like that. But I think we know what we must do. We're known for our spuds out of the ground, so potatoes right here for you guys.
Awesome.
Hopefully
This is
add to the batch.
so yeah, we'll put these right in the mash tun. Let the enzyme pull these along, and that sounds fantastic. Awesome. Thank you. After enjoying a pint or two, I stripped down and climbed into bed as Caitlin and the camera crew counted their layers of clothing.
And I have thick leggings underneath, and then I have 2 normal pairs of socks, 1 pair of huge socks. I have a tank top, a t-shirt, I have a long sleeve shirt, I have like a crew neck sweater, and then I have like a cardigan on, and a hat.
What are you doing here? I have to stop it from overflowing.
Drinking my slush beer.
It was time to bid farewell to Prince Edward Island, but not until we paid our respects to its greatest provincial hero.
Just walk into this. We have a whole new look. Maybe years just melt away. Look at this little guy. Ta-da! Oh, he's a good Tadar. And our Green Gables never change. Well, maybe you could shave a little, Anne. I don't know if I'd take this Anne home from the train station. I think I might leave her there. She looks like a handful.
Thought a high five for Anne.
We steered the ship back towards New Brunswick, anticipating the big things that were still ahead of us. Hi, Peter.
Hey, nice to meet you again.
I brought you a little gift from Campbellford.
Awesome. The best gift to have.
Excellent. We're traveling to one brewery in each province.
Yep.
And we're collecting an ingredient from each place, something that really says something about the province you're from. So,
For sure.
yeah. First, tell me a little bit more about Big Axe Brewery.
We opened up a little bit over 3 years ago. We're a small system, 1-barrel system right now, expanding to a 10-barrel system. But what we did was we started off, we did our first 3 beer. I think it was our Chanterelle Cream Ale, our Shakespeare Chocolate Oatmeal Stout, and our Double Bit Axe IPA. And then we started experimenting with different things. One of them that we talked about that we may share that ingredient with you is our chaga mushroom. So it grows on the birch trees. So we grind it up and we actually have a bag of it here. This is 3 pounds of the chaga, so it's in a powder form.
Okay.
Almost like freshly grind coffee, like it's something like that.
I love that, the whole taste of place thing. How would you use the chaga, Peter?
It's been used different ways. I mean,
Okay.
I've heard people putting it in the mash, but I've heard people putting it into the boil. It all depends on the type of beer you're going to make and what you want to achieve from it.
We'll see where it fits in when it comes time to put the brew together.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, it's exciting.
Thank you very much, Peter, for being a part of our cross-Canada collaboration.
Absolute pleasure.
I gotta head back to Ontario with my chaga, and we'll get brewing.
Sounds great.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
The Big Axe. After bidding Caitlin adieu, it was also time to say goodbye to the eastern provinces. Our maple syrup, oyster shells, potatoes, and chaga mushrooms on board, we set our sights for Canada's breadbasket. First stop, Manitoba. The smokier the better for me.